What's happening, loungers? I hope everybody is doing as great as I am this evening. Listen, I was going to go live in about 10 minutes, but I said, let me just go ahead and start the show now since, it was starting at 9 o'clock anyway. But guys, I wanted to kind of go over Binary show today. There was a lot of stuff that Dr. Binary went over. And again, he is a great defense attorney for those who are guilty, allegedly, right? But we are definitely going to go over a lot of his points. He made a lot of great points that I think that, are worth talking about. So we're going to get into all of this stuff. There's a lot of things that he discussed that I was not aware of. Some receipts, quote unquote, that he claimed that he has that I want to go over. And just some parts and some things that he had talked about that I really think are important as well. I also wanted to go over some of the comments that were in the comment section, as well as comments that were left on my last video. So we're going to do comments from viewers today as well, okay? And then we're just going to get right into the fuckery, okay? And just kind of talk about and break down all of this stuff that is going on. Again, I am not taking a side in this situation. Me and Ray Triggs are not friends, even though we besties, okay? We're not friends, right? So I'm not taking his side. I'm also not, of course, y'all know I'm not taking Breaking the Culture side, but I'm not ruling out that she's fully right, right? I'm also not ruling out that Ray is right. I am leaning, though, towards Ray's side. I think you guys know that just based off of my history with Breaking the Culture, as well as, what these quote unquote receipts are that have just come out and, what has been happening with her in regards to her, actually providing this information to the public, which she is the one that volunteered that to begin with. So let's go ahead and get into this hot tea, guys. Make sure that you guys do hit the like button on the way in. I do appreciate everybody that is in the clouds. And shout out to all of y'all. Let's get right into this show. Shout out to Brown Sugar Baby. I truly appreciate you for the 1999 super sticker. Definitely appreciate all the love and the support that comes from you and everybody else that is in the clouds and everybody that catches the replay. I truly appreciate all of you as well. And all of you that have been dropping gems just on the show. Definitely appreciate that, guys. Let's go ahead and get into the comments in the comment section, and then we'll go ahead and get right into everything out here. Just want to give my appreciation to everybody that is in the comments right now. Shout out to My Opinion. Truly appreciate you for being in the building, as well as Ray Triggs. I appreciate you. The new bestie. Appreciate you for being in the building. Clark, I appreciate you as well. And Code Fam, I appreciate you for being in the building as well. Knowledge TV, I appreciate you for coming in the building. Guys, my StreamYard be lagging sometimes, so I'm trying to keep up with it, but it don't matter. Let me just go ahead and go over to the other comments. I'll just go over to use my other device. So bear with me just a moment while I pull that up, because I don't want to miss any of you that are in the comment section, but shout out to all of you that are here. Truly appreciate all of the support from everybody. And again, make sure that you guys do hit the like button on the way in. There was a lot of great combo that came out on Code Fam show. A lot of things that were kind of revealed in a sense, or at least what it looked like to me, were definitely revealed to us. And it's kind of difficult not to discuss all of these things. Okay, so bear with me just a moment. All right, so I want to give a special shout out to, I already gave a shout out to Brown Sugar for the super chat. Truly do appreciate that. Also, Code Fam, Triggs, My Opinion, Clark, Ashe, I appreciate you as well. You said how friends and ops have changed, child. I'm telling you, that's what happens around this sector. I think everybody who's been around the sector, though, just kind of is aware of all of that. And everybody that is in the clouds, I appreciate you guys as well. Let's go ahead and get into this stuff, guys, okay? Because, like I said, it's just a lot of stuff that's just kind of happening out here that I felt was crazy, and I really want to go over these things. So let's start kind of with first with the comments that I was looking at in the chats. You know what? Let's actually go over some comments from yesterday on the video. Okay, so let's start with that, with the comments from the viewers, because there was a lot of really great comments. Shout out again to all the loungers that left comments on the video yesterday. There were multiple comments, lots of likes on the video, and lots of engagement. So I truly appreciate all of that. But let's get into a lot of this and what you guys are thinking in regards to this whole situation going on between Ray Triggs and with Breaking the Culture. So the Pink Room says Rev G telling the U.S. telling us he has a mental illness was a cry out for help. Hold on one second. Was a cry out for help. When it hits the fan, he has set himself up to receive resources from the Women's Protection Network program. And I had to put some laughing emojis up for that. Shout out to the person who just sent me a Cash App. I truly appreciate that. I'm not going to mention who you are, but I definitely appreciate that Cash App. Shout out to you. And I do acknowledge that Cash App from you. And I appreciate the blessings that you just sent too. So shout out to you for that. All right, let's go on to the next one. Let's see here. So this one was about the pistol packing to pussy, but that was a different one. That was Vici. She said, "Thank you, P and Redbone, for saving that disastrous alleged epic receipt show from last night. There were multiple likes on that, and I even agreed. I said facts 100. Speak agreed to that as well." Clark says, "And by the way, happy birthday to the original P, Prince Rogers Nelson." And we got lots of likes on that. Money to Burn says, "That definitely was the highlight of the night, the way I hollered and the way P didn't." Okay. So shout out to Money. We got a replay gang from Riz. Shout out to Riz Lyricist. And yes, Riz has, if you guys don't know, like he is one of a larger content creator in the sector that supports a lot of people. Okay. You guys have no idea some of the people that are supporting us, some people that we have as moderators and so forth in our chats, because they are well aware of what it's like to be a content creator and how to get this work in. So shout out to people like Riz who are in the clouds, in the chats, that are supporting larger and smaller content creators like ourselves, because he does have a really large base. So shout out to him. And he's always on here replaying. Let's see. So P says, no, Speakeasy had a really great comment, and he actually got a lot of pushback on this, and I have some comments on that too. He says, P definitely got the W, and the husband was on the same page as P. You ladies need to take notes and stop speaking for your man when he's not involved in YouTube bullshit, okay? He got a lot of likes on that. And then Carla says, P needs to take a chill pill. Ain't nobody scared of him. What kind of man constantly calling women to a fucking fight? Please. Exactly. I agree to that. And then Clark says, true, but P did say, put your husband on the phone, then proceeded to tell her she didn't have a husband. So he can yell and scream at the women, but deflate when he hears her husband's voice. The husband he said she didn't have. Okay. And I agreed to that. I definitely agreed to that. And then Speakeasy says, Clark, I get that. But when she put him back on the phone and P started cursing him out, they hung up. Her husband didn't do what she wanted him to do because he didn't know what was going on. The moment he realized what was happening, he did the right thing. He got off the line because he realized how foolish it was. Now, I want to speak on that, but let me go ahead and read the rest of the comments. It says, I agree with Carla. This is from another man. It says the X-Man. I agree with Carla Martin. P need to stop that tough guy bullshit. Anybody that has hands and feet No, this dude can't fight. Okay. I didn't even see that one. So I put a like on that. Shout out to you. And then I said, true, but it also proved that P is not about that life. He didn't have anywhere close to the same energy. And that's what I'm thinking. When when Red Bull's husband got on that line, P was not talking in the same tone at all. Like that's the part I want to get to. And Speak says at Black Lodge, that's because P was taking his temperature pre. Her husband wasn't screaming either. Most men don't just jump in and start screaming when we don't know what we're supposed to be screaming about. So I agree to that, Speak, right? And I'm not saying that you're wrong in what you're saying. I'm just saying that P was the aggressor to begin with, okay? And Redbone clapped back at him, and she brought her husband into the scene because a woman like any woman, right? If I'm in a situation and I got a dude and that dude is going to handle that situation, I can bring that dude to that situation and that dude is going to handle it. Now, he's also going to take his temperature. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, the man in that situation that I bring to handle that is going to also take that man's temperature to see if that man is really doing all this shit that he claimed he was doing, right? All this shit I'm claiming he's doing. So if I'm saying he's doing all this, my dude is going to come up and see what's up, right? If this dude is talking soft and sweet like P was when this man got on the phone, then of course he going to be like, man, this ain't even worth my energy for me coming to no Columbus, Ohio and shit for no pussy ass nigga like this. That's just talking to me all soft and nice like we just came out of church. If he had heard the way he was calling his wife all kinds of bitches and putting his address up and talking about pop up to this address and I'll lay all you niggas out and I'll do this and I'll put all of y'all in a box. I'll put all of y'all. He did not have anywhere close to that energy when that man, and he heard that man's voice. He piped smooth the fuck down. He went from 0 to a motherfucking 100. He went from 100 to 0. That's what the fuck he did. That nigga went from, yeah, fuck you bitches. Oh, is that you, bro? Is that your broad, bro? Hey, bro. That's exactly what the fuck he did, okay? So we're not going to pretend that this man had all this heart and all this energy, the same energy that he had for her. I get what you're saying, right? But what is a woman really supposed to do? A woman is not supposed to, because see, men have this problem when women go back and forth and engage with a man, right? So this man is calling me all out my name, disrespecting me, doing all this, and my dude laying right here. Let me get him to talk to you. Let's see if you have that same energy, because me and my nigga can pop right up and come see you. Let's get him on the phone. Now he on the phone. Now you don't want to have the same energy. I'm the problem because I brought my husband to protect me. That is what my husband is supposed to do. He's supposed to protect me in a situation like that. It's not like she hopped out the window disrespecting him. He hopped out the window disrespecting her and disrespecting her sister. So she's supposed to go get her man. That's the same shit y'all would tell y'all women if some nigga was disrespecting your woman. You mean to tell me it would be okay for your woman to just stand there and fight that nigga? She better come get you, right? That's what she did. So I don't see where she did anything wrong in this situation. Now, if P was still popping off and popping fly the same way he was when it was just the women on there, I guarantee her man would have had a different response. Just like you would have had a different response if it was your woman or if it was any of y'all women. I'm just saying. Now, we can argue back and forth about that. That could be a point, that we can go over and talk about. But I'm just saying, like, I really don't think that any man would be, okay with their woman just going back and forth with some nigga, especially if he's talking the way that he is, all spicy the way he is, laying niggas down, putting niggas in body bags and all this other shit and all this extra shit, and come meet me and I'm the man in this situation. Put your man on the phone. Put your fucking man on the phone. And when the man gets on the phone, he don't have nowhere near that much energy. So of course that man had that response. And that's what I wanted to say in regards to that. But shout out to y'all and the loungers, because that was definitely a great combo that came up with that. SC Johnson says, P is what my grandmother called an old fool. I did not think this was possible. Okay. And Carla Martin says, Redbone slayed that ass. Facts, facts, facts. Clark said the epic show last night was epic indeed, and then put the eyes up. Share free chair says threats and docs and child. We dead out here. And I Am Human, of course, put up shout out to Redbone and P for coming through and being the highlight of the night. That was pure D entertainment. And it absolutely was, y'all. I could not stop laughing when I was pre-screening, when I was trying to re-record it on to upload. I was laughing so hard, and I couldn't laugh out loud because everything was unmuted while I was recording this shit, right? So y'all would have heard me cracking up. I don't know if y'all heard me or not. Like, honestly, I was trying so hard not to laugh through that fucking video. Like, that shit was hilarious. And what made it more hilarious is the fact that Shakim was cracking the fuck up at his ass too. Shakim was laughing at him. Fucking Breaking was laughing at him. Fucking Stargate was laughing at him. Like, this shit was so hilarious. Like, this shit is probably gonna go down as one of the funniest things in in Secktah history. This week with P has probably been one of the funniest weeks with Secktah history with him. And I got it all here on the lounge, y'all. Just crazy, just crazy. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into some of the screenshots first, because those actually go into what we were talking about on Binary Show. Because there was a few screenshots that I wanted to talk about in particular. Let me see if my branding is acting right. It isn't. So I'm just going to pull up the screenshots myself. So one of them was that, hold on, let me go back. Let me go back. Sorry, guys. All right. So the first one was, and this was all from Binary Show. Okay, so shout out to Binary. This was the one where he did on the Cash Apps thing, right? Where he was talking about the Cash Apps the other day. So, is this the one where it says, hold on one second. Okay, that's not the one. All right, so no, that one's old. I already did that one yesterday. All right, so this is the one I wanted to talk about today. So today was Binary did his show, and he was talking about the screenshots and everything else, and how this is all a whole big blow up and a whole big thing, right? Here's the thing that he's trying to spin. He was trying to spin that Ray Triggs was giving, was going behind the scenes and doing all this crazy stuff with breaking the culture, and that he is like responsible for all this information gathering and all this stuff, where he's trying to like leave breaking the culture completely out of it. And then Ray drops down and says, and in return, she gave me information on Eyes, on Carrie, on Nikki, and others. All my receipts have been proven true this week. Is that correct? Yes, his receipts so far have panned out to be 100% true. Now let's go over that, okay? Breaking the Culture is the one that's actually jumping out the window and is corroborating Ray Triggs' stories, okay? What she has done is she has come forth and said, yes, I have in fact doxed Eyes. Yes, I have in fact doxed Carrie Ann. Yes, I have in fact doxed Nikki. It wasn't AAS that did it. It wasn't Rev G that did it. It was me. It was I, Breaking the Culture of Silence, that has doxed these women. And then I turned around and shared that information with AAS, with Rev G, with Ray Triggs, and others. Okay? So even though I didn't go live and post their information on my page, even though I didn't go and post their information on my community wall, I did in fact dox these women through their children and other means and give that information over to other people without their consent, including Ray Triggs. Okay. So that is the part, binary, that I'm going to need you to keep in mind while you are telling this story. Okay. Because I understand what you're saying about, Ray being behind all this bullshit, and he's involved in all these things, right? I think the both of them were involved in some fuck shit. Okay. And we're not going to pretend that Breaking the Culture was not involved, and why we are on her case about why she's involved. Okay. Because even though Ray was involved for his own reasons, and yes, he went off on me, he went off on Nikki, he went off on Eyes, he did content on us and talk shit about us and everything. He didn't actually dox us. Okay. He didn't actually try to look up our information and use that information against us. No, he got that information from Breaking the Culture. Okay. She, on the other hand, took the information that she got and to dox us and to use it against us to cause harm to us. Okay. Which is what AAS has been attempting to do for years to people that she considers an op. Okay. So we're going to keep this in perspective when we're talking about this and when we're talking about, the issues here at hand, because we're not going to let Breaking the Culture off the hook because she's the dainty girl who twirls her hair and wants everybody to feel sorry for her. No, no, no. She is just as much of a culprit in this, if not worse, because of who she is in bed with. We are going to keep that in mind, binary, when we're talking about this. Now, let's get on to the next one that was said. Now, it looks like Ray was saying that he was going to make sense of all of this stuff, all of these things that are being said, all of this stuff, that's being floated around. He is planning on making sense of all of this stuff on Friday. Now, his intentions were to do that after Breaking the Culture's epic show, which was supposed to take place tonight. Okay. So we all remember that now Breaking the Culture was supposed to go live with these receipts on Saturday, on Sunday. Now, she went up on Shakim's show on yesterday, okay, and just filibustered all over that show with no receipts, no evidence of anything. And then she was supposed to go live again today. We were waiting and rooting for her, on getting us this information and getting us the stuff that we need to know so that we can have the proper receipts and we can make the proper decision about who's telling the truth and who's not. We've got her, throwing this out, throwing that out, and we're going to get into that, the stuff about her throwing out this stuff and this list, right? We're going to get into that in just a second. But the bottom line is she has spent a great deal of time just kind of playing with the emotions of the sector. None of us really give a fuck, to be honest, right? It doesn't really matter. Like, it's not going to change any of our lives. So if there are receipts or aren't receipts, it's going to be over with one way or the other. So the question now for Breaking is, why haven't you produced these receipts yet? What is taking you so long? And why do you keep playing with the people? Okay. We want to know. Okay. At the end of the day, we have shit to do. We got stuff to move on to, other things we want to do. And we're still talking about this because you keep dragging it out. And the only reason that I could think of that you'd be dragging this out like you are, the same way you dragged out giving out that website, the same way you dragged out, all this other information, dropping the receipts on Shakim, the way you dragged out everything else that you claimed you had, right? The reason why you're dragging this out is for the same reason. You do not have any of these epic Watergate receipts that you're hyping the sector up to believe. You're telling Shakim you have these things, and he believes you because he doesn't want to believe you're lying to him again. Okay. He doesn't want to believe you're setting him up again. Okay. So, yeah, he's going along with this because he thinks somehow you are going to actually give him this evidence. I'm going to prove that to you. Last night, when Shakem was doing his show, his intentions were to do that show alone and then bring y'all up after the fact. Okay. He had all his stuff locked and loaded, what he thought was evidence and receipts, because you told him this was evidence and receipts. He thought instead of him vetting what he had gotten from you, right? He decided he was going to go and just take it and just start playing it. And that was going to be the evidence because he trusted you that you had given him actual receipts. He didn't go and look at and vet what it was he was supposed to be listening to, what it was he was supposed to be reacting to, what it was he was supposed to be looking at, because he trusted you. But then once he was live and he was showing it, he kept fast forwarding and going through it and skipping through it and trying to figure out where this receipt was. And then he called y'all up so y'all can help him because it was never there. You had lied to him to begin with. You gave him a flop to begin with and a bunch of fluff and a bunch of stuff just for him to talk about, just for y'all to get up there and just yell and talk shit and scream about my grandfather and scream about all these other ops and all this other people and all kinds of stuff that has nothing to do with the evidence that you are supposed to be presenting. Okay? That is what happened last night with that epic fail of a show that you guys did. Okay? It was not an epic receipt show. It was an epic fail. Okay? The only thing that came out as a receipt is that P is petrified. That's the only thing that came out, is that P stands for pussy, P stands for petrified. That is the only thing that came out on that show last night. Okay? We already know y'all are lying. We already know you don't have no receipts, right? But if you did, and if you do, why aren't you producing them? Breaking the culture, you would be the type of person, as you have multiple times and in multiple spaces and in multiple ways. You would be the type, if you felt that you had evidence on somebody, you are not going to hesitate to put that information out there. You will make up something and then throw it out there to the public for them to see, i.e. what you did with Victor Cousins when you made up the story about all the women that he was sleeping with and how all these women were in your DMs and all these women came forward. You did not hesitate to tell that story to the Christian Post, to Larry Reed, to get up in front of the Prophetic College, to do all. You did not hesitate for a second to drop that tea. Only time you started hesitating is when they started asking you to produce these women who were in your DMs. That is when you started hesitating. That is when they started questioning your story. And that is when the holes in the story started popping up because you disappeared, okay? Like you do every single time when it comes down to you producing evidence of what you're saying. You just like to say a bunch of stuff and think that whatever you say is everybody's just going to go with that. And that's just it. And you never have to produce receipts. So that is kind of the history of you, right? And that is the reason why we here, the people, are having such a hard time believing you, because you have a history of lying, okay? You have a history of making shit up on people. You have a history of creating documents and receipts and evidence that are lies on people, okay? That's just what it is. You've done this in multiple spaces. So you can't expect the people here to actually believe you at this point. All right. So, So again, Ray decided that he was going to go live and, on Friday, and he's going to share, all of this stuff with us because, again, she has yet again canceled this receipt show. And she claims she's going to show us these receipts on Saturday. Now, let's get into that. Okay, before I get into the next topic. Well, actually, let's get into this last one here. I want to say one thing that Ray said, and then I'll get into the rest of this. He said, I don't have any friends on YouTube. I don't know anyone personally, and I don't know anyone's personal information. Okay, I think that's very clear. I think Ray has made that very clear that he's not trying to make friends around here. He's not friends with these people. He's cool with people, but not friends. And these people would be aware of that relationship as well. Okay, so this whole idea that Breaking the Culture has tried to come up with, and she's secretly behind the scenes showing certain people like Smoke and like Binary and other people. She's got this list of people that Ray allegedly has been coming for. Binary dropped a few names today. One of them being Drama, okay? The other ones being Me and Mines and Grown Man, Redbone and Teresa, so forth and so on. Now, Redbone and Teresa have already made it very clear that they do have a relationship with Ray, that they're cool with Ray. They don't talk to him offline like that, but Teresa does. She's much a little closer to him than Redbone is. And everybody's kind of understanding of those relationships and the dynamics, okay? But here's the thing about this doubt and this stuff that you're trying to sow in the minds of these people. They are already aware of their relationships with Ray. They know what they have talked about with him. They know what they have not talked about with him. They know how much they have shared. They know how they contact him if they do, and so forth, right? So it can't be that much of bombshells that, can be told if they're not even discussing personal information with one another, okay? So if, for instance, if Drama, as Drama has acknowledged, and Triggs has acknowledged, if neither one of them are actually exchanging personal information with one another, who gives a fuck if one said, child, yeah, that show was boring today, or that's not a bombshell. You understand what I'm saying? Because literally, people are not friends in this sector. Do you understand? There are some people that call themselves friends, right? Or whatever. We won't get into that. But the bottom line is there's no real friends in this sector. People don't really, really know each other like that. Okay. It's not that deep where, people are really, friends per se. Okay. So if he was talking shit to you while you were just to get you comfortable enough for you to be passing off information to him that he needed to troll somebody, I mean, this was a business deal. Yes, this was a business exchange. Okay. He was talking shit. You were talking shit. And you passed off and doxed people to this man. That's what happened. Break it. Okay. Like, I can't wait until he actually reveals those receipts. But yeah, that's what it sounds like to me. The second thing I want to get into with that, right, is the fact that you said, Breaking, after getting everybody all riled up and all ready to talk about this whole thing and getting everybody all into this and saying, this is going to be some great big Watergate situation, and you got these recordings and all this stuff, and you have all these recordings. Why has Ray, because you don't recall, you said, why did Ray record Propane so many times? Why do I know everything that was going on in all y'all's conversations? This is what you have said, and you called it Watergate. Now you're trying to backtrack and say, you know what? I don't have any recordings of anything. I was just on the phone that one time, and I can break down everything that was said in that call. But you know what? I'm not going to even do that because I don't want to put Propane's information out there. And so, you know what? Yeah, I wasn't, I was on the phone, but I ain't about to do that because I ain't no messy person. Even though a few months ago, I was trying to hurt Nikki so bad because I'm so jealous of Nikki that I wanted to put out there everything that me and T Pre were talking about Nikki. And I wanted to add some spice to it too, and add this to it and add that to it because I'm not messy. You know what I mean? I don't do stuff like that. So I'm not doing that. No, you don't have no evidence. You don't have no receipts on this man. That's why, okay? You were on that phone and you were recording that call and you wanted to come out and tell that. And you can't tell that because that makes you look bad. So now you want to change the story and make it like, yeah, I was just on the call, but I ain't about to tell. I ain't about to do all that. You were so quick and ready to tell this story until your friends, your defense attorney, Binary, right? Because the damn sure wasn't Shaquem. It was Binary. You need to fire Shaquem. But Binary, you need to keep him hired, okay? Yeah, he let you know, honey, you was about to be up Shit's Creek, okay, with that whole receipt that you were about to tell us. Because literally, it would have made you look bad. It would have made you look like the culprit, okay? It would have made you look like that you're out here recording people, which you are, okay? That is why you know everything that happened in that call. That is why you kept repeating verbatim over and over again that there are recordings that you have of Triggs. You have recordings of him talking about this person, recordings of him talking about that person. You have recordings of what happened with Propane, and it's multiple recordings. You said that, and Shaquem said that. Like, we're not making this shit up. The whole sector has heard y'all saying this stuff. Now today you're retracting the story and you're trying to change the story and say, I'm not putting anything out there. I would never do this. And now it's our fault. It's Ray's fault. And he looks like the bad guy because how dare he want you to share this? How dare he want you to put this out to the people? What? We wouldn't even know about it if you hadn't mentioned it. We would not know about it if you had not told Shaquem about it and Shaquem mentioned it to the sector. Hello? Yeah, ma'am. Because you were going to use that against him until you realize that that evidence incriminates you. Okay? Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's what happened. All right? Now let's go ahead and go on to the next thing that happened here. You said, so there was a part that Whistleblower had said. I think I had shown that earlier. Let me look at this again. Shout out to Whistleblower. Oh, yeah. It said, why wait months later to bring this all up if it was so wrong? Because Breaking the Culture was in the chat, just basically talking about how wrong it was that, that Triggs had been doing all this to Propane, like he's so wrong for doing all this, and how could he do this, and how could he do that? And then Whistleblower's like, well, why wait months later to say something if you really felt like he was so wrong? And she never answered that question, right? But I kind of have this $1 million answer. So there was never any months in between this time, right? There was literally the dates that Shaquem and Breaking the Culture showed, and now Binary has shown on those text messages are literally from May the 15th, okay? This was 2 weeks ago, all right? 2 weeks ago is exactly when all this stuff started happening. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go and take a look on my channel because the day it happened, I actually created a video. So let's go ahead and go to Black Lounge Divine. And I'm just looking at my other device right now. So bear with me real quick. Because, okay, so AAS and the Medicare connection came out 12 days ago. Stargate's receipt bus came out 10 days ago. Okay, so this happened. Oh, you know what? I'm wrong. Let me go back. Okay, it was Birdgate Star Just Won't Learn. Ray Triggs ethers her on. Okay, so this was the video right here.
Never admitting her own faults, just like Ray of the Dead.
This was 3 weeks ago. On May the 16th. So May the 16th, guys, is the day that they had this argument. Okay, hold on, guys. May the 16th is the day they had this argument because that is the day that I recorded that video and did a video myself on Birdgate Star Just Won't Learn. Ray Triggs, hold on. Ray Triggs ethers her on the Photonica. Okay, so that was the same fucking day. Okay, it was the same day. This was no different. So the same day on May the 15th is when these text messages took place between Ray and Breaking the Culture. Now, like I said yesterday, if there were text messages between them from like January or even February or something, we wouldn't be able to explain why he would be saying those things, right? He would have to explain that himself. We would not be able to, I could not, confirm that. I wouldn't be able to deny it. I wouldn't be able to say anything. I would not be able to take sides on that if it wasn't for the dates that were on these text messages. The fact that these dates are May the 15th, it just completely confirms that this was a conversation that Ray was having with Breaking the Culture about propane and those text messages, just simply because, as they both have said, they were both trying to bring Star and Propane back together to have a conversation. That was on May the 15th. So, what the hell is the problem? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm not understanding how Breaking the Culture thought that was a receipt. Okay. That is not a receipt. The only thing that that receipt did is prove that the both of you had a conversation and talked about bringing Propane and bringing Stargate together to work this out. That is literally all that receipt proved. It does not prove anything about Ray being a snake. All it proves is that you're trying to lie and spin a narrative on, take a truthful thing and spin a narrative on the truth. That's what you're trying to do. And like we're stupid and like we don't know any better. Let me see what else was going on here. So it was something about, hold on one second, please. Okay, so I think this was the part I wanted to get into, but I think I've already said this part, that Teresa and Redbone, like everybody kind of knows their relationship with Ray, right? They're aware of how their relationship already pans out with Ray. So Teresa and Redbone are already aware of their relationship with him. They already know how things are. So it's not like you can add something or put something there that's not already fact. You see what I'm saying? Or that they don't already know, or that wouldn't make sense to them. You understand what I'm saying? So, all these bombshells that you're claiming you got, if you had them, you would just release them. I'm not sure why you're not, you keep playing with the people and saying, I'm going to do it today. Nope, you're going to wait 3 days. Nope, you're going to wait 10 days. Like, we don't even give a fuck at this point because we know you're lying. We know you don't have them. Like, period. We know you don't have the receipts. That's just the bottom motherfucking line. Now, as far as the drama thing, again, he is a person that does not talk to people offline like that, okay? He might talk to you through an email or something, but he don't talk to people offline. So what is it that you have this bombshell information about drama? They're not even friends, okay? So again, there's no bombshell there. As far as the me and mines thing, right? What information would you possibly have about me and mines or about grown man that Ray Triggs hasn't already told them, that they're not already aware of? You understand what I'm saying? Or that if he was just talking little shit here or little shit there, niggas know how to play that fucking game just to get the information they need from you, okay? And God knows what other information you have given this man besides the information on myself, besides the information on Carrie Ann, besides the information on Nikki, besides the information on Eyes and other women in the sector and other people. We're curious about what information you have given and what you have been doing, because you are the one, ma'am, the only one that is in bed with anti-Afro Svengali. We already know Ray Triggs is not in bed with her, but you are. You are. So we're curious about yo shit, okay? And shout out to Ray. We are looking forward to this epic live stream that you'll be doing. I don't know if you're going to wait until Saturday. I don't know what you're going to do, but I am very, very much looking forward to that live stream so that we can get that information, and also so that you can debunk this photo, right? That is allegedly supposed to be you, okay? We definitely want to debunk that as well. So we are definitely looking forward to that. Let me get into all the comments here. And again, I do appreciate all of you. And then we're actually going to end the show after this. So you said Clark. You said hello, doll. You said new bestie. Hello, code fam. You said how my friends and ops have changed. Okay. You said brown sugar baby, what's up, superstar? You said Clark, what's up, babes? We have no hands in it. It's neutral as hell. Okay. What's up, Germ on the board? You said, hey to brown sugar. You said, woo child, T Pre been cashing in. You know it. You said, Germ in the house, corn huskers lotion, child. You said, Ray sending cash apps. What's up, co fam? You said, brown sugar baby, yes, neutral indeed. You said, what's up to brown sugar? You said, hey to Clark. You said, brown sugar baby, the sector need a whole truck full of all these shenanigans lately, okay? You said Riz Lyricist is a big creator. I knew him before this sector. My Cuban brother. Yes, that is my baby. And he has some great content. Shout out to the Riz. You said YP acted surprised when he got told off after he called somebody a bitch 50, 11 times. Okay, facts. I'm just saying. You said, Germ, I know. I took some leave for my anniversary and this has been crazy over here. Child, you know it. Hey, Alan, I appreciate you being in the building. You said, peace, T Pre. Hey, Pixie, I appreciate you. What's up, Code? You said, Pixie. Hey, Redbone, one of my favorites in here. You said, hey, T Pre, was doing my wife duties. Okay, ain't nothing wrong with that, sis. I'm about to get off of here, do my thing, too. Okay. What's up, Slander, the wigger? I appreciate you. You said, who's Redbone? One of my favorite loungers in here. You said, exactly. He was sleep for you non-brainers, but believe me, when he got up today, trust. Okay, I'm just saying, and all us women are gonna go get our fucking man if this nigga's talking fucking greasy and talking slimy. I got a nigga for you. Okay, I ain't gotta fight you. I got a nigga that'll. I will fight you, but I ain't got. I ain't got to. I got a nigga that'll handle your motherfucking ass. I got a few niggas that'll handle your ass. How about that? You said a husband role is to protect his wife. He knows that, and that's why he tucked them balls and acted like he had sense when RB's husband got on the line. Facts. That's exactly what the fuck happened. He knew what the fuck was up. You said P is like the Ike Turner of the sector. You said I didn't even get to tell him what was going on. My tone and my voice woke him up. Exactly. Like that's what a man is going to do. He's going to hear his woman like in distress or something. He going to come and like he going to be mad if you don't come and get him. Like what you mean? Like come on now. Of course a woman is supposed to come and get her man, right? And then when that man bitches up, it's because he was fuck all that reading his temperature. The man was reading his temperature and he realized that temperature was very low. Okay, so he ain't have to come out there and lower the temperature. No, he ain't have to do that. You said, T Pre, I'm glad you can. I can definitely relate to that. Definitely. Definitely. You said, my husband would tell me to disengage on YouTube, but not in person. That would be hell to pay. Exactly. Exactly. This nigga was inviting this woman out to a fight. You understand what I'm saying? Like inviting her out, like puss, you bitches, and all this other shit. And this my address. He dropping addresses and all this shit, nigga. Okay, when let's see if you talk that same shit when these niggas come around. And when these niggas come around, you don't got the same energy, homie. Like, period. You said, dang, P gets around, huh, child? You said P did that? Yes, he did, child. Yes, he was. He had to be drunk or high or something. I don't know what he was. You said Alan stepped to that ass and had P looking dumb as fuck. Negro, keep taking L's, child. You said if he had just started singing, he would have been fine. Okay. You said, where is his receipts, Diddy? I have, in fact, located eyes. That's it. Within right. Okay, Breaking. If you want to keep telling yourself you are within your rights to dox people and then give their information involuntarily to other people, you're fine doing that. Okay. Just like it's okay for you to be abandoning Aiden and Michael. Okay. Hashtag where is Aiden? Hashtag where is Michael? Let's do that for the evening. Since you want to be over here talking with us, right? Let's go ahead and do that. Where are your kids? Okay. Like you should be out here looking for them. All right. Or you should be filing this paperwork in the courts, which, by the way, I looked up today and I haven't found anything in the courts for me in the state of Delaware on you, okay? Nothing, ma'am, has come forward, okay? But where are the kids? Let's find the kids while you're looking for receipts from Ray, while you're looking from all that, and you're looking and locating I's kids and all this other stuff, and you're looking up Carrie Ann's house and all this. You should be looking up where Aiden and Michael are living, okay? And what is happening with them, okay, Break-In? We'll wait on that. We'll also wait on the case numbers against myself, the case numbers against Eyes, and everybody else that you have put cases out against lately, because we are talking about your kids and you, okay? Like every other sector has been doing, which, by the way, shout out to Knockout Media for having a great show the other day where Ray and everybody else was talking about all of their issues that they have had with you over the years in regards to these mystery kids and all this other stuff, okay? But shout out to you, Breaking. We appreciate you being in the building, child. We definitely appreciate the viewership and the support, bitch, okay? Make sure you go ahead and grab up the kids while you at it. And what's up, Code Fam? You said the list. Oh, yeah, let's talk about, yeah, because he was talking about this list. Because Code Fam said that Breaking had sent him this list of these people. There's a bunch of people on this list that, you know, allegedly has been a victim of Ray Triggs, okay? But we'll see if that's actually the case or not. You said, we ain't the Christian Post. We ain't falling for the okie doke, okay? You said, I mean, it's the fibbing, like, on some lie shit though, like on some lie shit, like it's giving lies, you know, like on some lie shit. You said Stephanie Collins. You said, what's good? What women trying to get in the DMs? What's up, the fraud? And I appreciate you. You said, it's literally giving no receipts. Okay. Riz, what's happening, Riz? Appreciate you. Fabrication Gates. Okay. That's what it's called here. You said, peace, DC. You said, I'm trying to get in your DMs, DC. You down the boy? You down the boy? The baby boy? What's good, Logic? You said, got to speak for yourself on the friends stuff, okay? You said, it is interesting that she said she'd get with someone's dad and secretly film it. That's not a typical everyday thing to say when you're getting at someone. It's almost like she thought of that before. DC is ignoring me, but I'm about to cry. Listen, guys, I actually got to go. So I hate to miss all these comments. I may just come back in a few minutes and actually do these comments over because I actually didn't want to miss them. You said, I'm not sure she would have tried that if she didn't admit she was on the call. Right. Okay. You said, what was the outcome? The receipt revealed intent. Well, it didn't, because it didn't. All it revealed is that they talked the same day that they all went on live. That's the only thing it revealed. You said, what we doing tonight then? You said they making them fresh. What's up, Joe? You said they making them fresh off the press. You said, I need Alan to keep me on the right path. Me too, Joe. We need him to keep us on the right path. You said Breaking is no more to blame than all those she fuck with seeks its own level. That's true. That is true. You said, I was just wondering why having somebody on a call with you is now called trolling when it used to be called ho shit. Just wondering. I don't know. You said, Josephine, the chat op, of course, baby, and a cup of yak to wash them down. You said, at just wondering, I'll answer that on Friday, I promise. Okay, and we're looking forward to it, Ray. You said, when I hear the word troll, I think of tiny people with blue hair or pink hair under bridges, right? Or purple hair. You said, Riz Lyricist, anti-donut, no jelly, take that. Okay. Stephanie, anti-astronomical mouth heady. Breaking the culture of abandonment. Okay. You said, I thought that profile pic was Victor Cousins. Bridge and tunnel culture. No. You said, uh-oh. P is a dick whisperer. You said, oh, that's not true about Breaking. Always thought of her as a mom, not a birther. Child, she's a birther. She definitely is. I mean, I already got the evidence of it on my channel. She speaks of a child that she's already abandoned and that she claims doesn't exist. It's fibbing lies, like it's on some lie shit, though. Okay, you know. Listen, guys, I'm out of here. I do appreciate y'all for being in the building. Make sure that y'all hit that like button on the way out. I actually got to go, but I will talk to y'all later. Let me leave y'all with a little peek.
That nigga said, the book is talking about. Now, well, I've wasted all my tears. Yeah, could that be? Wasted all those years. Well, if you need a soundboard. Nothing had the chance to be. I know that shit. Nothing ever could. Yeah. Hey, come on now. I dropped this motherfucker. What is that? I'll keep moving on. Squad. I'll keep moving on. I'll keep holding on. Holding on. Phoenix, you did a dog.